Welcome to Recaply X, your movie recap in a flash. We bring the drama, the action, and the twists. In minutes, the movie begins on a distant planet called Lauren with the third guardian of the planet, as this planet has a group of guardians, two of whom have been killed by a group called the Wave. This opposition group aims to eliminate all the guardians of the planet. We learn that the guardians have superpowers, but they look like ordinary humans. The Wave group reaches the third guardian of the planet and successfully takes him out, leaving only one guardian, the fourth, alive. The next day, the fourth guardian, named Daniel, is at the beach practicing his hobby of surfing. Daniel is disguised as a very handsome boy, and all the girls admire him. At the end of the day, Daniel sits with his friends at a beach party and then goes into the water with his girlfriend, Nicole. At that moment, the third guardian appears to Daniel and tells him that the Wave group has eliminated the first three warriors and that they will soon reach him to finish him off as well. At that moment, a strange glowing mark appears on Daniel's body, causing all his friends to flee in fear. The next day, Henry, Daniel's guardian, arrives and tells him that the Wave group has taken out the first three guardians and that he is now the only one left alive. They have managed to locate him on the planet, so he must quickly relocate and change his name. Daniel indeed moves to America and changes his name to John to blend into society without anyone recognizing him. The next day, John goes to school, where he sees a girl named Sarah and falls in love with her at first sight. Sarah is being punished for taking a photo of her teacher and posting it online without permission, so the principal asks her to accompany John to his locker. John tries to talk to her, but she is not interested and walks away. At that moment, John meets the most popular students in school, who invite him to join their group. They later bully a very weak student named Sam, but John treats him kindly and tells him that he will be his friend from that day on. The next day in the schoolyard, the students bully Sam again, even throwing a ball at him. John gets very angry, grabs the ball from the ground, and throws it at them with all his strength, hitting one of them and knocking him down. At that moment, Sarah is watching from a distance and records everything that happens to post it online. When John returns home, he finds the video online, but strangely, it suddenly disappears. His guardian, Henry, tells him that he was the one who erased it because John must remain hidden so the Wave group never finds him. The next day at school, John is in class when he suddenly feels a strange sensation and light emanates from his hands. He runs away before anyone sees him and hides in the janitor's closet, where Henry appears and quickly takes him home. He tells John that this is the superpower that every guardian from the planet Lauren possesses, and that over time he will learn how to use it to fight the Wave group. The following day, John trains to develop his superpower, such as running fast, controlling objects from a distance, and even flying. He wants to return to school to get closer to Sarah, but his guardian prevents him from going back. John decides to run away from home at the end of the day and goes to a studio in the city. When Sarah comes out of the studio, he approaches her and expresses his desire to get to know her. Sarah agrees and shares her passion for photography with him, explaining that she has loved it since she was a child and now photographs everything around her. Afterward, John takes her home and she invites him to have dinner with her family. John agrees, and Sarah's family is very nice, spending the evening laughing and joking together. Later, John goes to Sarah's room and looks at all the photos she has taken, realizing that she is indeed obsessed with photography and cameras. At that moment, she gives him a camera as a gift, but asks him to take good care of it. The next day at school, John opens his locker and finds that a student named Mark has pulled a prank on him. We learn that Mark is Sarah's ex-boyfriend and does not like anyone getting close to her. John goes to confront him, but his superpowers start to emerge, causing him to panic about being discovered. His guardian prevents him from coming to school again. John and his friend Sam go to change clothes, and Sam is very upset because a photo of him with his dad was ruined. Sam shares that he used to be a simple worker in a factory, but was obsessed with aliens and was sure they existed, which led him to leave his job and spend his life trying to prove that extraterrestrial beings are real, but he has been missing for a long time. Later, John returns to school and sees Sarah, but refuses to talk to her because he is afraid of Mark. On his way home, he receives a message from Sarah reminding him of their promise to visit the haunted house. He meets her there, and she tells him that she broke up with Mark a long time ago, but he has prevented anyone from getting close to her since then. However, she does not actually love him and would never go back to him because he is a liar and a cheat. In the haunted house, John is very scared because of the Wave Group, which could appear at any moment. Suddenly, two masked figures attack John, but he uses his superpowers to fight them off. However, one of them kidnaps Sarah and takes her to Mark. Sarah is very upset when she learns that her ex-boyfriend is behind all this, and she demands that he completely leave her life, warning him not to come near her again. At that moment, John arrives and is very angry, losing control of his emotions. He attacks Mark and is about to break his arm, but Sarah stops him at the last moment, asking him to let Mark go. She then asks him to take her home. When he drops her off, John confesses all his feelings to her, telling her that since he saw her, he has not been able to think about anything else. Sarah responds that she loves him too and wants to be with him, marking the beginning of their relationship. Afterward, Sarah goes inside her house because it is very late. John receives a message from Sam on his phone asking him to meet at his house. The message says that he saw John at the haunted house and is very sure that he is not human, even sending a photo to prove it. John goes to Sam's house, where Sam tells him that his father wasted his whole life trying to prove the existence of aliens. This is the first time Sam feels hope that his father is still alive, and that maybe aliens are the ones who took him. John then reveals to Sam that he is indeed an alien from a planet called Lauren, but I am escaping from a group called the Wave Group because they want to get rid of him, and because of that he must keep his presence here on planet Earth a secret in order to preserve his life. So he asks Sam to forget everything he saw that day, as if nothing happened, and Sam agrees and returns home. The next day, Henry sees the reports written about Sam's father on the internet, so he decides to go to the factory where he worked, and there he sees very strange drawings, like the ones that appear on John's body, and he finds the whole factory is a very strange place that looks like an alien house. And at that time, John is at home playing with his dog, and at that time, Henry and Detective Sams arrive at the house. So the detective says that 4 boys were beaten yesterday in the haunted house, and among them was Mark's son. So he says that Mark said that John was there, but John tells him that he was there with a girl, and in a place where he was not paying attention to anything that was happening around him, and also did not see any of these boys yesterday. As soon as Detective Smith walks, he tells Henry that what he did will be the reason for the Wave Group to reach him easily, and tells him to go pack his things because they have to escape from here, and that they will go to another place far from this place. But John refuses and tells him that he loves Sarah very much and that he wants to stay by her side and is ready to sacrifice anything. And when he refuses that they stay sitting here, John quarrels with him and thinks he's going to finish him off. But in the end, he asks him for just one day to say goodbye to her, and then he will escape with him to wherever he wants. At the end of the day, John goes down from his room and finds Henry's box strangely placed on the table. He calls Henry because he is not home, but the strange thing is that an unknown person answers him. He tells him that they have kidnapped Henry. If he wants to reach him, he should come to the address he will send him. So John calls Sam. He tells him that they have kidnapped Henry, and if he wants to reach him, he should come to the address he will send him. John then calls Sam and asks him to drive him in his car and then escape immediately. By the end of the day, John arrives at the address he followed in the morning, which is an old abandoned house on the outskirts of the city. A very strange person comes out of this house. John asks Sam to follow this person in the car, and then he enters the house to rescue Henry. Sam also enters the house after him. At that moment, he discovers that this is a trick by the Wave Group to eliminate him. John uses his superpowers to defeat them, with the help of Sam and Henry, but unfortunately, he fails, and he and Sam have to escape quickly. At that time, Henry tries to shoot the creature to eliminate it, but it remains alive. Henry also runs to the car, and John uses his superpowers to start the car without a key, because Sam unfortunately lost the car key. At that moment, the creature appears again and injures Henry. Then it escapes before it can finish them off. They stop at a place near the train station, and Henry tells John that he must gather the remaining guards to eliminate the Wave Group. He says that his mission to protect him is over. From now on, he will be alone in his next mission. Then Henry parts ways with life. During this time, a video of John using his superpowers spreads, and he becomes wanted by the police. Sam tells him that he must escape because the police are looking for him everywhere, not to mention that the Wave Group knows his location. But John wants to say goodbye to his girlfriend, Sarah. He goes to a party for one of their friends, and there he meets Sarah, but the police arrive at that moment to arrest him. He takes Sarah with him to escape quickly from the place, using his superpowers to destroy the police cars before they reach him. Then he escapes to the school to hide there away from anyone who wants to reach him. At that time, the Wave Group attacks Detective Smith and his son Mark, and kidnaps Mark to help them reach John. When they reach the school, Sam also arrives there with his car and John's dog. The Wave Group enters the school, and at that time, guard number 6, named Jean, appears and tells John that she was able to reach him easily because his videos using superpowers are everywhere. She tells him that the Wave Group is very dangerous and they must be eliminated as soon as possible. At that moment, a very strange dinosaur-like creature appears from the Wave Group's car. John's electricity transforms into a very frightening creature and begins to attack the dinosaur. Sam enters the school to be with his friend John and also help him eliminate the Wave Group. They all go to a classroom to hide there, but at that moment, a group of fighters from the Wave Group appears. John defeats them with Jean's help, and at that time asks her to revenge from one of them because he is the one who eliminated Henry. John indeed easily finishes him off. Then the dinosaur appears in the school and starts attacking John. John tries to keep it away from him, using his superpowers until the dog appears and attacks the dinosaur. A fierce battle ensues between them, which the dog ultimately wins. He succeeds in eliminating the dinosaur. At that moment, John escapes with the rest of his friends. They escape through a tunnel that leads to the school's football field, but there, another creature is waiting for them with a group of death warriors, intending to eliminate them. But John and Jean use their superpowers to defeat them and exhaust all their strength to eliminate this monster. Afterwards, there is still one warrior alive, and he is about to finish off John because he is very weak due to the exhaustion of his powers. But at that moment, John says that his power never runs out and that he is one of the strongest guards on planet Lauren. He eliminates this warrior at the last moment. Thus, he finishes off the entire Wave Group that was pursuing him. Despite this, he is still in danger because there are many other creatures that want to eliminate him. The next day, John decides to move to a new place to search for the remaining guards to help him in his mission. Guard number 6, who is Jean, is the first one he finds, and they are supposed to carry out the mission of searching for the remaining guards together. At that moment, Mark arrives and gives him Henry's box, apologizing for everything he did during the past period and telling him that he thought he was reckless, and also tell him the place where he will escape to, as his father is originally a police investigator and was able to know all the places the police will go to. John thanks him greatly for his help and bids farewell to his beloved Sarah because he will leave her and escape to a new city, but he tells her he will never forget her and that he will surely return to check on her from time to time. However, he is forced to escape to the new city now. John leaves with Jane and Sam to the new city to continue their mission of eliminating all the villains, and the movie ends. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos.